Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, November 26th. A major coastal storm is underway here in the I-95 corridor. Rain moved in earlier this morning. It is now raining in New York City, in Philadelphia, in Washington, D.C. There is already a changeover beginning out in the middle part of Pennsylvania. Harrisburg now is starting to mix with some snow, and we'll monitor the movement of that rain-snow line over the next several hours. That rain-snow line will move from the northwest to the southeast. This particular map comes from weatherbell.com. It shows the predicted snowfall by a high-resolution version of the NAM, North American Mesoscale computer forecast model, and it basically shows the pattern here that is expected, in that there will be more snow to the north and west and less snow to the south and east. Just to the west and north of I-95 looks like it may be the sweet spot for snow. All this pink area here represents areas with 6 inches plus just inland in the mid-Atlantic region, and then closer to the coast, but still a little bit inland up across New England. Again, down at the shore to the south and east, the Jersey Shore, for example, maybe a coating at best, maybe an inch. Outside chance of an inch, as much of this storm will be in the form of rain, but just to the west of I-95, just to the west of the big cities, certainly some of the northern and western suburbs can get up to 6 inches or so of heavy wet snow later on today. Well, here's the latest radar map from AccuWeather.com. The blues here represent snow, and basically you can think of the rain-snow line right now as cutting across northeastern Pennsylvania and all the way into south-central Pennsylvania. Again, the very last report, there are some snowflakes now mixing in the Harrisburg area. All of this will gradually drop to the south and east over the next few hours. Snowflakes should appear in the big cities during the midday hours or early afternoon hours, and later on this afternoon it'll be primarily in the form of snow from I-95 points north and west, and the snow will be heavy and wet, and that poses some potential problems with the wet conditions this morning. Heavy wet snow will cling to the tree limbs later on this afternoon, and indeed there can be some downed tree limbs as a result later on today, perhaps even some isolated power outages. Let's hope, of course, that that does not materialize. Well, here's the current surface map, and here is the developing, intensifying coastal storm. This will move on a track just to the west of Hatteras, and then off of Long Island by early this evening. It'll move rather rapidly and intensify along the way, and as it pulls to the north and east, colder and colder air will be drawn into the system from the north and west, and the result will be a shifting of the rain-snow line ultimately all the way to the east coast by later on this evening. And again, that rain-snow line will drop from the northwest to the southeast as this storm intensifies, moving to the north and east to about 75 or 100 miles off the New Jersey, Long Island coastline by this evening. Well, let's take a look at some computer forecast maps. This is using last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. And we'll look at 6-hour increments beginning from early this afternoon and going to early tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. GFS, all in all, has had a pretty good handle on the situation. That storm system we just saw a moment ago is right along the South Carolina, North Carolina coastline. By early this afternoon, it moves rather quickly and intensifies. Colder air will start to wrap in around. This is the forecast map for early this afternoon. Again, this blue line here can kind of be thought of as a rain-snow line here, cutting right across the I-95 corridor early this afternoon. Let's now jump ahead 6 hours. Well, here's the forecast map for early tonight. By this time, that storm is off the Mid-Atlantic coastline about 100 miles or so. Colder air has wrapped in by this time. It should be all snow up and down the I-95 corridor, perhaps still hanging on to the liquid form rain along the coastline, but even in the coastal areas of New Jersey, they too should change over to snow this evening. So basically a snow event by late afternoon and early tonight, and of course roads will turn much worse during the late afternoon and early evening as temperatures drop to near freezing. Now, the snow can certainly develop over the next few hours before temperatures get down to freezing. In fact, it may take until late in the day or early tonight before temperatures actually reach the freezing mark in the I-95 corridor. Don't be surprised if you see some heavy wet snow falling with temperatures in the mid-30s over the next several hours. Now here's the forecast map for later on tonight, just past midnight. Notice the quick movement of this storm. It's already starting to dry out across the D.C. region. Perhaps Philly has some snow all the way up to about midnight, but then it winds down there, and it'll continue moving rather quickly. Let's now jump ahead to tomorrow morning's forecast map. And here is the forecast map for tomorrow morning. That storm races all the way to around Nova Scotia by early tomorrow morning, and its precipitation is really out of the mid-Atlantic region by tomorrow morning. However, there can be some residual snow shower activity, especially in the morning hours, especially south of the Mason-Dixon line, as that upper level system that we've talked about for the last several days passes overhead. So there can be some residual snow showers, especially tomorrow morning, and especially in the D.C. metro region, maybe up to Philadelphia, maybe even into New York City, some residual snow showers on Thursday as that upper level system passes by. So the first significant snow event for much of the Mid-Atlantic region is now underway, and it'll be an all-day event into the early part of tonight, and it'll stay cold on Thanksgiving Day. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.